everybody, my name is Maryam Giwa and my friends call me TMG. I am a storyteller. So today I'll be taking over Access Bank's Insta Stories to talk about storytelling and mobile phone photography. So basically I call myself a storyteller because everything I do revolves around storytelling, from movie production to writing to script writing to brands communication. Even the Instagram filters that I create are some sort of stories, around it. So what is storytelling to me? Storytelling to me is communication. When you are trying to pass a message, and however medium you use to pass the message, your audience gets the message and they are able to act on it. So for instance, as an entrepreneur, you're trying to tell your customers to buy what you're selling. So how you say it is, it's the story I telling them. You're actually passing it. It's basically communication for me. So when you're communicating to your audience and communication becomes relatable, that's when I consider it storytelling. So that's my style. In everything I do, I employ the use of storytelling. Let's get into it. So there are different ways you can tell your brand story. You can do it through visuals, you can make it text led, it could be through audio visuals, which is video. It could just be audio visuals, which is video. The graphics designers, the photographers, people that create images that brings together different elements, shapes, frames, and and bring all these things together to put a message together. Those are the visual storytellers. The artists, the writers are the ones that does the text led. Whether you're an author, you do poetry, or what have you, you're also a storyteller. And if you are also into contemporary movie production, creating of videos, you're a storyteller. So everything we do is storytelling. Now I would like to talk to us about the art of storytelling. So everybody as an individual is a brand. As long as people have a certain perception about you, as long as people have something to say about you, as long as when your name is mentioned, something comes to mind, right? You're a brand. You're a representative of your own self. So however you treat yourself and whatever you tell people that you are is how people are going to receive you and accept you. And that also goes into you being an entrepreneur, a content creator, or everything you're doing irrespective. So as a brand person, you have to understand what your brand is like. What's your brand's archetype? So for some brands are young, they are vibrant, they are friendly, they are all about love. While for some other brands, they are older, they are cool, they are kind of quiet. So you have to understand your brand speak, because that helps you target your audience and also helps you pass your information out. So for instance, Access Bank to me is a young bank, is a friendly bank, it's a vibrant bank. Access Bank is an entertainer. And you see this in the things they do. They do a lot of young people oriented events. From the they are creatives too, because they support movies, what they do with their Accelerate TV platform, to sports. It doesn't mean they don't cater to the older people. Of course they do, but when it comes to people that can relate more with them, you find a lot of young people in their space. A lot of brands, like some brands, so you have to understand, okay, this thing I'm selling, okay, it's for the old people. So what do old people do? So you have to kind of understand your audience, key into their behavior, because emotions and being able to relate is what actually spark interest in what you do. So when people can relate to the things you say and how you communicate to them, they will key into your brand truths and then tap into it. So whatever you're doing, storytelling is very important. For instance, we are into skincare. You should understand that when you are doing your brand communications, you're either going to be talking about the problems of the skin, you educate people, you entertain them, you make them feel like they are getting value from you, and that's what makes them, stay with you, stick with you, and accept what you're trying to sell to them. So basically what I came here to do is mobile photography, and I just added the storytelling part so that you understand that for every image you are trying to create, everything you're trying to do, there has to be an artistic vision in your head that you're trying to achieve. So you don't just go out and say, oh, you saw somebody, you just want to shoot an image. Okay, the pictures you're trying to tell, from the facial expression of your model or the placement of the object and all of that, what exactly do you want people to get from it? Do you understand? So all those things are very important. So that's why I started with storytelling before getting into the mobile photography. So what am I getting to be, talking to us about mobile photography? This mobile photography is for beginners. It is for beginners, and I'm doing this for those that are just starting. And like I said, it's going to be on the mobile phone. So basically what I'll be doing is I'm going to make it very easy, very basic. So I'll be taking you through my tools. I converted my parlor into a mini studio, so I started showing different shoots there. So I'll be taking us through indoor shoots, outdoor shoots, product photography, using just elements I have in the house. I've not left my house in a while due to the lockdown. And I would also be telling us some photography terms, to understand photography and photo editing terms, and so that we can understand what it's about. And I'll be putting most of those in a written format, so it's easy for you to screenshot and keep for later use, so that you can read and also do your own research about it, because this is going to be a basic class. Also, I'll be sharing applications that you can use to edit your pictures, and I'll be doing a demo on the one I think is the easiest, for everybody to use for an all-round creatives, whether you're a graphics designer, you're trying to do business, personal branding, you just want to take pictures for yourself. This app works for basically everything. So let's get to it. Wow. So guys, before I show you my studio, I want to just explain certain things to you. There are rules to photography, to mobile phone photography. So the first rule is always clean your camera lens. Don't be caught on fresh. Always clean your camera lens. Always clean your camera lens, because it makes your pictures very, very clear. Rule number 2. Which one should I make number 2? Always use grid lines. I always encourage people to use grid lines, because it helps you monitor the alignment, so that you keep your picture straight, it's not slanty, and and all of that. So always use grid lines. Number 3, always shoot in portrait or landscape. Don't be one of those people that slants the camera, tilt it a little bit. It's not nice. It doesn't give your picture a very good perspective. So it's either you're shooting straight like this, or you're doing it in horizontal or vertical form to make it easier, portrait or landscape. So yeah, so that is it. So I'll be taking you through all of this, and I hope it's a learning experience for you. I'm going to try and be as simple as I can be, and yeah, I'm going to be showing you most of how I do and how I do it. So stay with me and don't go anywhere. Don't you dare move to the next story. Just stay here. Stay here. Alright, thank you. Guys, so yeah, that's the photography light box I use for product shoots. This is the switch. I can turn it off, I can turn it on. This is a mini tripod. I usually use it for shooting it. I can shoot from up here or from the side. So it's usually for product shoots. So that's the battery. I have different colors of that. So I use this for majorly products, inanimate, food, objects, food, for product photography basically. When I don't want to stress, I don't want to use natural light. So I have the ring lights. This is, I think, a 10 or 12 inch. I just use this smaller one for support sake, or when I want to shoot videos. And I want to take it from different angles. And I have my queen. I call her my queen, the tripod. I don't know why I've not removed the tag. It's very tall. This is like the minimal length I use when I want to shoot. Self videos of myself when I put the chair here. But it's as tall as me. I think it's about 2.21 or 1.8 meters. I can't remember. But I know it's taller than me. And that's a big deal. And this is the 18-inch ring light. I don't have enough lights in my sitting room, which I use as my studio, so I need all the light I can get. This is a shutter button. I use this when I'm lazy, or probably I'm shooting at an angle that won't be convenient for my hand. Once I set the angle, I just use that to control it. So we got a new ring light, but I've not unboxed it, and those are the carrier bags for most of them. This carries the photography light box. I can fold it in. I think the bag for the tripod too should be inside, and that one carries the ring light. So I use that when I want to go walk outside. But basically, this is my studio, and that's my room. So it's my sitting room. I just converted to a workspace. So we'll be practicing some things after now. So I just wanted to show you my tools and get there. So say hi to our model. That's my little cousin, Rokoya Omotolani. She likes pictures, like die. So I'll be doing indoor and outdoor shoots with her. So yeah, so this is what I'll just be using, the ring light and the tripod stand. But I don't really like to shoot from the ring light, like in it or right outside it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I feel like it's a lot of exposure. So more often than not, I just allow the ring light to bounce on the area where I want to shoot from, just give it the glow. Because I don't really like overly exposed pictures. So this is what she looks like in warm light. This is what she looks like in really cold light, and this in between. So I'll be doing warm looks and first of the spiritual, but let's just focus on getting the angles. So the next thing we'll be seeing are screen recordings. So yeah, this is the process. The square box around her face is to place the focus. I'm trying to make sure that the focus is on her face, and I'm also trying to do the framing to get the perfect angle. I always tell myself, if you don't like what you see, don't click the shutter button. So when I like the framing, I look at it in the box. If I like what I see, that's when I click the shutter button. There's this box that I get with the bulb. Once it comes, it's just to manage the light. Increasing it increases the exposure. Reducing it reduces lightning. So if you think your lighting is too much or it's not enough, you can figure it out there. So yeah, those are the pictures we've taken so far. Landlord did not build our compound to be photo friendly, but we're going to manage and see what we can come up with. So young lady, okay, so I want to teach one or two about exposure at this point in time. So let me just say, when you're at a location and you see something like this, so here is the exposed part. So I'm probably going to get a lot of highlights here. You see the sky, but when you're in this part, this dark side, that's when the pictures cast shadows. And also you have to understand, like you can see her now, it's like the light is bouncing on her from like this angle. So if I'm going to shoot, I'll take it from here so I can get a clear sky. But I have to bear in mind that taking her like this means there's shadow on her. As you can see, she's a little darker. Can you step into the light? Can you see the difference? So yes, she can get what people like to refer to as some glow. So yes, I'll be doing a test shoot for her here. I think this place is perfect. Okay, she's in the exposed part of the compound now, like directly under sunlight. And yeah, I'll be trying to do the same thing, which is framing and managing exposure. So I like this frame, and as you can see, the sun is on her, so I want a little bit of shadow cast on her to create some sort of effect on her face like that. So you can see me trying to place the focus. And like I said, if I don't like what I see within my frame, I will not shoot it. So for every time I click, I'm loving it. So placing the focus and then seeing what I like and then shooting it. Look at my model. This girl likes shakarasha. So I'm still gonna take us through the editing process. So this is her under, the shadow where she's not directly exposed to the sunlight. So we're just, allowing the lights, bounce on her from the left to create, what I want to create with the image. So I'm trying it under natural light for those of us using iPhone. And yeah, so those are some of the pictures that, we've taken so far outdoor. I'm a portrait person. I really love portraits. Yeah, so enjoy the JPEGs. So my compound is just sunlight, so it's like totally exposed, as you can see. So we'll be shooting here too, so you can see the difference. Okay, so I'm trying to take a picture under direct sunlight to show us how exposure works in relation to saturation and highlight. And so let's see. So as usual, I'm trying to focus on her, and as you can see, the picture is overly saturated, and that's why she has an orange undertone, and because the exposure on her is a lot. And I'm trying to manage that using the bulb like I said earlier. So I'm moving it down, so the picture is underexposed. Now it's overexposed because I took it all the way up to increase the light. So that bulb basically helps you manage the amount of light that is interacting with your image, with the picture you're trying to create. And I'm trying to take close-up pictures of her now. So as you can see, we are moving, trying to get the angles. Always try and get your angles. I'm an advocate of, if you don't like the frame that you see, I'm talking about the frame, I'm talking about the background, the image itself, the placement. So if I don't like what I see, I would not click shutter button. So let's not lie, my compound is not that great for pictures, but I'm still trying to make this work. So yeah, placing my focus on that. And if you notice, I've been moving from photos to portraits just to show that either one that you are using, the same rules apply. Portrait just allows you manage the blur effects more and helps you focus more. But regardless of whatever phone or camera you're using, every phone has this focus and lighting effect, so you can always make it work. So yeah, I also try taking some headshots. Let's not lie, this girl is actually very beautiful and she likes shakara, but she's cute. Let's now see the pictures that we've taken so far. Yeah, so there you go. And I'll be running editing after now, but before then, product photography. So enjoy this. Now I'm out to do a little bit of product shoots. So I'm fasting. I don't have food at home at the moment, so I'll be working with this bowl of fruits, and it's just a demo class. And my body cream, some of the skincare products that I use. So let's dive in. Photography aspect of this demo. So I'm taking up this plate. So these are the two things I want to shoot: the bowl of fruit and my skincare product. Okay, so the next thing we'll be seeing is a screen recording. So let's dive in. Okay, so when it comes to product photography, it's very dicey because you have to be very certain about the framing, not letting too much space be above or beneath or on the side. It's like you want your product to be in the center part of the image without a lot of interaction. And like I said in storytelling, always add elements that that speaks to your brand, maybe an ingredient or something that goes with your brand. For instance, we are selling clothes, we want to add a lipstick or some other things to the picture. So yeah, I also noticed that shadows were casting around my image, so I realized that there's probably a problem with the light setting, so I had to readjust it and to manage the shadows around it to create the image, as you can see. So still see the angle till I was having less shadows around the image I was trying to create. Like I said, the negative spaces, that's the space above, below, and by the sides. Make sure they are almost equal, because sometimes they might not be, and that's why I use grid lines for alignment. Make sure your picture, your product is central. Make sure it looks good, is well arranged. I mean, there are a lot of mood boards online you can check. Yeah, so I moved to fruits now. For fruits, it was really dicey. Number one, I didn't like the bowl, but I had to make this work. I wanted it to be colorful. So the fruit bowl, as you can see, I'm trying to make sure it's central, like I'm getting it. So shooting in landscape was not working. That's why I turned it to, I mean, in portrait was not working. Portrait, so that's why I turned my camera to the landscape form, so I can easily measure the spaces above, below, and by the sides, because I want a more central image of the fruit. And because I didn't lay the flat lay all the way to the top, I'm trying to manage the little space that I created here. And as you can see, trying to make sure that the mangoes, there's a lot of fruits. God, what was I thinking? Oh, sorry about that. So I'm just trying to centralize the image, trying to work with. So product photography is like the most difficult part of photography for me, because they are not human beings. You can't tell them adjust. You have to be the one doing the adjustment and every other thing by your own self. So I think about I already got it, and you can see the framing here. It's small, central. I like that the light was not so much. I was really adjusting it, trying to make everything work. So some of the pictures created, and I will be editing most of them. Okay, I wasn't satisfied, I guess. So I kept on, I checked and I didn't like what I saw. So I went back to try and, recreate it. And I think at this point I was loving it. So just so we know, the parts in shadow are not part of the images. The image frame is just where there's light. So that the tripod is not in the photo, and the other upper part, those places that have like they have darker shades, they are not part of the image. So I'm trying to, make all of this work. And like I said, if you don't like what you see, don't click. And if you click, just click because you're trying to see if it's going to look good, but make sure you like what you see before you shoot. So at this point I was really careful. I was trying to make my hand very stable, which is an important feature when I try to do mobile photography. If you are not using a tripod, or you are not using some sort of, so that's some of the images. Hi guys, so this is PICART. It's my go-to app, and it's good for every beginner. I think it's the best photo editing app you can use on mobile or for creative designing too. So let's pick it. One of the pictures I've worked on today. So which picture are we picking? Yeah, that one. Yeah, I like the smile. Okay, so let's just first of all let's smoothen it out a little bit, just a little. Yeah, that's good. Just that, just a little bit. 11. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm going to go to tools now to show you how some of the terms interact with the picture. So that's brightness. You see, makes it darker. Too bright. What's that? Okay, so I think this is perfect for me. No, this is perfect. Clarity. I want it to be picture to be clear. So that's perfect. Saturation. Now see what I'm gonna do. I'm sure I'm gonna be in. Oh, look at that. So saturation adds. We talked about how it brings out the colors. So that was too much. This too much. Now taking out the entire colors, no, that's not what I want to do. So I'll just leave it here because I don't want that to have this orange feel. So I'm applying that. So I'm coming back to saturation because I want the background to be popping. So I applied that, but she's very orangey, so I'm going to use the eraser tool to clean the effect on her skin so she can go back to the normal skin tone I want that to be. And I like this already. So shadows, you see, it's affecting our black top, so I need that area to be dark. So I'm gonna just leave it like this. Come back to tools, highlights. Too much, too low. Perfect, I guess. Perfect. It's okay. So I'll be going back to. Okay, I want to crop it. I want a very good frame to manage, the objects in the image. This is good. But I like to, because for social media sake, everything is lined up there. So I'm just going to pick the portrait. I like the portrait because it makes your picture, you know, fuller on your timeline. So yeah, it has to be perfect, you know. Yeah, I'm okay with this frame. So let me show you what enhancement does. Which I should we try? Yeah, enhance. Look at that. Nah, man, I just want to show you what it does. So we're taking it out, so by enhancements. Okay, so let's come to what should we explore now? Let's smoothing. Let's just work on her face. That's too much smoothing. I like, you know, looking original, so I might just tone that down a lot. Okay, so this is okay. So details, just make the features, you know, more pronounced. So nah, that's okay. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Okay, so let's whiten our teeth. That's some Hollywood teeth there. Okay, nobody's teeth is allowed to be that white. So I'm going to reduce it and go back to correct what I have done. So going back one step and then trying again. That's too much, and that's perfect. I think that's okay. Yeah, she looks so good. So you can change the hair color, eye color, take out blemishes, pimple, whatever, take out wrinkle and all that. From here, set the face. You want eye cheekbones. So let's go back. What feature should we try here? Let's flare. Yeah, it's one of my favorite. I like, you know, the glow it gives pictures. It gives it this very dramatic illumination, which you can also, you know, change the colors. However, it depends on what you're trying to create. It's just remember that when editing, everything is about your artistic vision and what you have in your head. There's no rule to it, so you're allowed to explore your creativity. So let's go back. I'm trying to add stickers, but the internet is off because I'm screen recording, so I'm just going to move on from that. Oh yeah, you can use the call out button to add. If you are trying to tell a story, to add amazing conversations to your photos, you know, you can be a better storyteller by just doing this. Just to write what you want to say and, you know, adjust it. Let's go back from here. Okay, so I'm going to save it because I like, you know, how that picture looks right now, and then we'll go back and play with other tools. Now I'll be trying the cutout. Yeah, so it allows you, you know, to cut out certain part of images and leaving the rest out. Okay, as you can see, I've taken out the background. Then I'm trying to fit it. Like I said, I'd rather do the Instagram portrait, so I'll fit it into that, and it allows you to change the background to whatever you want. And solid colors, objects. You can even change it to images. I'm liking this. So are you feeling it? Normally PICART give you a range of images too, but because my internet is off, it's giving me that from my camera roll. So you can even download the background that you like your image to have, and just, you know, add it to the image, and just insert it to the picture. Or solid colors, or you can leave it like this. We are trying to, you know, extract the PNG file. So let's go back from there. I'm also trying to, you know, try the brush tool, which you can manage. So it allows you to apply certain effects. So I turned on my internet, but those notifications, man, okay, we are turning them back. Okay, so it allows you add so I have this Ramadan one I've been using. I think it's downloaded already. Let's try it. So let's pick that. So it allows you add all these dramatic effects to your pictures, or you can take it back, yeah, like that. Let's try another brush to like the leaf. So you can, there's the range of, you know, things you can explore on PICART. Imagine there's a solid color there, you know, it's going to really bang. You can see the Easter eggs on that, just right beside it. Okay, so let's try. Okay, I don't think that's gonna download, so let's just use this pink flowers. So it just allows you, you know, do a whole lot for yourself. So what next? Let's go back. So I'm going to discard that. So as you can see, as we are working, it can, you know, you can explore a lot of things. So I'm going back to show you what the effect does. So let's try the high definition range. So you can fade it out. So all of these effects interact with your picture, and you are allowed to, you are still in charge. You can manage how they interact with them. So you can always, reduce how much the effects, is on your picture. This is my favorite, the magic part, where I can always change my pictures to animations however I want it, and still manage how they interact. Badlands is my favorite though, just so just so you know. And what should we play with again? Let's go back to tools. Let's try to dispersion. This is what I call the Thanos effect. So dispersion allows you to scatter your picture. When Thanos snaps, boom, there you go. So you can also fade it out. How clear do you want it? What size? I'll usually put it in this size, so it's very dramatic. Just like Thanos did. In what direction do you want it to, be scattered? So it allows you, there's liberty to, just create according to your artistic vision. So I like this tool very much, but let's go back. Let's see what motion does. So motion basically allows you to replicate certain parts of your image, but I'm used to always picking persons. So yeah, so let's pick her. So you can okay, I think I went back, so let's do that again. Motion. So select person. So you can, I'll just replicate how many. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't even really count. What direction do you want it to go? How clear do you want it? How many? 2 or more. So this app literally allows you to do so much to your pictures. So the opacity, you can change the color. So you can go to screen and just work with it. Okay, you're trying to give it this glowy spirit feel. So there's so much you can do with the motion, but let's go back. Okay, so and that tool is try to explore is, let's see. Okay, the curve is just how red, green, and blue interact with your image. It's very technical. More often than not, you will not need it, except you're trying to do some high level color grading, or you're trying to be artistic or something. I usually won't stay here, so I'll move on. Okay, so another thing I can do is remove. You can remove objects, but that will require internet connection, and I don't want notifications disturbing us. So I'll move on to clone. So clone allows you, take one part of your picture and replicate the other part. There's also no internet, so you're probably going to move on from that too. But you can always pick the size of your brush, how hard you want it to go, the opacity. So yeah, I want to try something. So let's go back to cutout. Okay, so like I said, you can pick the background, the head. So I picked her head. So it's going to bring out just her face now. Yeah, as you can see. Such a pretty girl. So let's go back. So let's try to select just the background now. So you see that? So it's going to cut her out. So you can use this. Maybe you want to write a note in between that has a woman shadow on it. So you can just, add effects to it and just play with it, because you are in charge. You can, however you want it to look, you are in charge. So just play around the tools as long as you have your artistic vision. I don't know why I came back to this curve. I think I just like it. So let's move on from this. Yeah, so I'll be going back again. So now we're going to go to the part where I like to convert images to art. So let's pick the human being person. So I did a cutout of the person, then came to tools. So just to crop her. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. So we'll move on to fitting high fits. So like I said, I like the Instagram portrait, so I'm just going to fit her into an Instagram portrait. And I think I'm going to do a black and white HDR effect on her. Where are you? Black and white. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the sharpness a little bit, because I don't want it, too sharp. So I'm going to apply that. Then I'm going to go back to shape mask. So shape marks allow you to pick shapes that interact with your pictures. So I'm just going to, yeah, that's good. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm trying to work on the opacity. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to come back to high dynamic range HDR. I'm going to reduce the sharpness a little bit. Yeah, so I like what I see. Add a little bit of saturation to it so that the black pops and the yeah. Then the contrast. Okay. Clarity. Nah. I don't need it. So I reduce the contrast a little bit and good to go. I'm going to save it so you guys can, save draft to work on it later. Thank you so much for staying with me, guys. That was an actual run. God, if you've got it to this point, I mean, kudos to you. You've actually tried. I know I used a lot of repetitive word like and so okay. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope everything we learn stays with us. I hope you keep it to heart. Please don't forget your photography terms. Don't forget the rules. Understand your exposure, brightness, highlights, shadows, warmth. Just never forget that however your image comes out is definitely up to you. It's your own artistic vision, it's your art. So as long as it's saying what you need it to say, it's speaking the language you want it to say, whether warm or cold, as long as it's okay with you, it sits with you, please own it. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You are the master of your own art. Yes, there are room for improvement. Always give out quality images, but remember that you are in charge. And I can't wait to see all the beautiful images that you guys will be creating. And once again, thank you for staying with me. That was a long run, oh my god, but I totally enjoyed it. And it was totally worth it. I enjoyed doing it for you, for me. And yeah, thank you very much. I love you. Please keep staying safe, and for yourself, for your family, friends, and for every one of us out there, let's flatten the curve. And yeah, thank you very much.